City Stand.
Ajaero was on Monday morning intercepted by the DSS operatives at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport while trying to catch a flight to the United Kingdom for a trade union conference in London. Interrogation by the DSS centered on the case of a Briton, Andrew Povich, who was recently declared wanted by the Nigeria Police Force for allegedly sponsoring the recent nationwide hunger protest. The police alleged that the Briton financed the protests to destabilize the government of President Bola Tinubu. The Briton operates a bookshop at the Labour House, the national headquarters of the Nigeria Labour Congress in Abuja. The police have maintained that there is a link between Joe Ajaero and the Briton. The NLC president has been quizzed by the police once and has been scheduled for a second round of grilling by the police. Now, in this case, how do you think the government should balance the right to protest with national security concerns? It's been released, and we today will be looking at how his position as Labour president benefited Nigerians.
City Stand.
We are not looking at whatever that is behind Ajaero. Okay. We are looking at what has he delivered. Terrorism allegation leveled against Ajaero. We watch on social media Kechima discussing with bandits. Everybody saw it. Which terrorism allegation has leveled against him? So no, he has not. That's the truth. No, because we need to ask ourselves this question. I watched Ajaero over time. I've seen that every time he organizes a kind of national protest, it does not actually hold water.
There should have been a proper investigation without even arresting him. Having some concrete evidence. They can do this thing. It's not arrest that will come first. Investigate and make sure that what you are talking about this man is a true. It's not just mere saying.
They envisage danger. The protest that is coming in advancement, it has not to.
For me, if you have substantial evidence that an Ajaero is planning to subvert the government of the day, I think let him have his days in court. You cannot be a judge in your own case. I believe government ought to have put together the evidences that they have and take him to the court.
Yes. Ajaero, let me tell you.
And the intimidation of him and his NLC colleagues by the Nigerian government. Joe was released last night, but it is clear that his ordeal is not yet over. This unlawful arrest is a gross violation of fundamental trade union freedoms, and in arresting him on his way to speak to us of the essential trade union right to seek solidarity. Nigeria's trade unions still have our solidarity. We condemn the actions of the Nigerian government and demand that they end their persecution of Joe Ajaero. Thank you.
Good to see you once again.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so we've been discussing the weighty allegations leveled against the NLC president, Joe Ajaero. Allegation of terrorism, allegation of trying to, or an attempt to overthrow the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Of course, he was arrested on his way to London. He was arrested at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport.
Michael, for me, government seems to be playing to the gallery. In my estimation, I think government is not coming out with the truth concerning the terrorism allegation leveled against Joe Ajaero. Much as I believe that government has the responsibility of ensuring that security of lives and properties of Nigerians in order, government has the responsibility to ensure that whatever threatens the nation should be addressed and must be addressed. I don't want to also look away from the fact that government that we have seen over the years, including this present government, seems not to be sincere when it comes to certain critical decisions. For me, if you have substantial evidence that an Ajaero is planning to subvert the government of the day, I think let him have his days in court. You cannot be a judge in your own case. I believe government ought to have put together the evidences that they have and take him to the court. That is the constitutional arm that is responsible for adjudicating against a citizen. You can never be a judge in your own case. All this harassment and intimidation that we are seeing is unnecessary. If you think you have a substantial case against Ajaero, I don't have a problem with that. Put your evidences together and approach a court of competent jurisdiction. So that is my position. Government should stop all this media trial. Government should stop all this unnecessary intimidation and threats against the labor leader. So, as you have said, all the organs of the labor movement have been put on standby. In case he is not released by 12 midnight of yesterday, of this morning, as you know, they should activate the necessary. They know what to do. Ajaero doesn't need to be on ground. That is the beauty of the labor movement. They know exactly what to do next, how to converge and take a critical decision concerning what government has done. So that is my own position. If you think you have a substantial evidence against Ajaero, let him have his days in court.
When you look at what Joe Ajaero, the NLC president, is demanding, I don't think it's too much. A reversal of fuel pump price. That's number one. Number two, he threatened to go on strike. That's nationwide strike. If the federal government fails to do the needful. On what? On minimum wage. Implementation of minimum wage. There was an agreement of 70,000 naira as minimum wage in the country. And up till now, the federal government has not implemented it. He was accused of terrorism. That's allegations leveled against him. Terrorism. And a plan to overthrow President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. What can you draw out from all these dramas? Let me call it drama. It's a movie.
Let me tell you, it's a movie, and the character are people of, shameless people and people with unnecessary arrogance and very, very unreasonable people. Why? Because even if somebody like Ajaero is involving in all this kind of thing, there should have been a proper investigation without even arresting him. Having some concrete evidence. They can do this thing. It's not arrest that will come first. Investigate and make sure that what you are talking about this man is a true. It's not just mere saying. So that people will not see it as maybe it's just a witch hunting. To me, it sounds like a witch hunting now, because eventually after all this arrest and brouhaha, there have been nothing. If you are so sensitive and you want to counter terrorism like this, you know people that are directly, if Joe Ajaero is involved in terrorism, it will be indirect, which you can investigate and know and give us concrete evidence to the extent that if you arrest him today, you charge him to court because you have concrete evidence already.
Not just chasing
cloud. People that you can, accused of terrorism. No. Taji is dead. You are able to arrest him. This man, grandpa of terrorism in the whole north. Grandpa of the bandits. Remind him. Say Gumi, he's dead. You refuse to arrest him. You don't arrest that one. Joe Ajaero that people saw as your, I don't want to call him your rival, but he will always be your critics. There's no way he will not be your critics. He had an organization that is a direct face-off of government. The people that you will pay and the payer, we know that we always have issue. So you will go and arrest somebody like that who will not think that, oh, you want to silence them. And if not, because this NLC have already been even semi-silenced,
But the remaining little voice that is in them, Tinubu want to kill them completely. Because if they have not been killed, they will have come out immediately. There is increase in the fuel price. There will have been crisis and protest and strike and all sorts of things, but they still keep murmuring. You promise them, you reach agreement, not promise. It's their right. Yeah. You reach agreement of 70,000 minimum wage. Up to this moment, you have not implemented it. There's no action. There's nothing yet. You still accuse their leader of terrorism. Based on what now? This is unnecessary victimization, which I'm ashamed of. There are a lot of things to be done. In Sokoto, students were arrested and many of them were killed. People that perpetrate that kind of a thing, you have not been able to arrest them. In Imo State, they invaded the school, kidnapped people, killed some. They invaded church. Where they have never invaded. They invaded your school, invaded church, the one that is just happening now. They invaded church on Sunday. Kidnap some, after later release them, rob people inside church and killed somebody. You have not been able to arrest those ones. Joe Ajaero, where is the evidence? Where you should have been able to get concrete evidence to the extent that when you carry him to the court like this, bam, the judge will just say, so this thing you have a concrete evidence. But I don't know what they are doing. It's just a witch hunting.
The Nigerian government and drama.
It's a drama, a very tragic drama, not a comedy one at all.
See, as it's coming now, they have arrested, they invaded Serap. They invaded the office of Ajaero.
President
was apprehended at the airport. For what? Because they are checking. Do you know what? They envisage danger. The protest that is coming in advancement, it has not to.
There are allegations leveled against.
Thank you. Terrorism allegation.
An attempt to overthrow the government of Ashok Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay, listen good. Terrorism allegation leveled against Ajaero. We watch on social media Kechima discussing with bandits. Everybody saw it. Which terrorism allegation has leveled against him? We've read on the social media how Northerners, elites, were the sponsors of Boko Haram living in Dubai. Dubai listed their names, given to Buhari. Tinubu knows. I know. Everybody know. What is it that has been leveled against these accused? These people are accused of sponsoring Boko Haram in Nigeria. How many allegations leveled against them? You are leveling allegation on innocent labor leader because you are afraid of what is going to happen comes October. Tinubu is checking, and as he's checking, they are reading meaning into it. Do you know what they are doing now? They are beginning to understand that anything protest, riot, Tinubu is afraid. So they are beginning to read how to capture him. Do you know why? Weakness. His weak point is protest. When the civil servants, when everywhere, all the organs of government done too, including market women, transportation, Oga Tinubu will run. Because he's afraid. Why must you go and arrest all these people when they talk about protest? If you know you are doing right thing, if they talk about protest, sit down on your own, they look at them. Come out and discuss with them. Why must you be afraid? Arresting somebody that could not manufacture ordinary, how do I put it? There is this gun we call oh my God, Ebu. We form it like hunter gun. We do it as a child in Anambra State. Ebu. Then we have Ebosa. That gun is meant for shooting only squirrel. Abure don't know anything about that. They are accusing him of terrorism. The right people, there are persons of interest. When you talk about how come about insurgency in the northern Nigeria, there are persons of interest that you be quizzed, arrested, quizzed. Grill them well so that we find out whom they are. But they're not doing it. Before you know it, they will see me on social media, they will say, this one, let us rope him. I know Nigerian security agencies. I know them one by one. I know DSS, I sabi police, I know what customs can do. At least my experience at the local border, I know what immigration officers can do. I know what quarantine can check. Allegation they can give you now, quarantine. Bordering on livestock or anything that is edible you can eat. If they find it inside their luggages, you will tell them about that. That's quarantine. Animal, foodstuffs, and so on and so forth. I know virtually all of them. The allegation that they can level against me now, I know. And they are doing it to the wrong persons. They are not doing it to the right persons. How could you have arrested Kabiru Sokoto that blew Madala Church on December 24th? The role he played in all the bombardments in the north. You know the roles. You allowed him. He was arrested at the then governor of Borno State, the current Nigerian vice president, and Chetima, and the Nigeria did not do anything. Nigerian government under Janata did not do anything. Nigerian government under Buhari did not do anything. And currently, you are telling me that Ajaero is committed act of terrorism. Nnamdi Kanu is committed treasonable felony. Treasonable felony, Babu Sien Neunu man now, one by one. This Nnamdi Kanu committed treasonable felony and the terrorism and treasonable felony, Babu Sien Neunu, Babu Sien now. Kanu is a free person. Kanu has set Yoruba free, set Igbo free, set Hausa free. Okay, we give it to Kanu. Kanu is the modern father of Biafra. A small boy, because it's not like this. He has toppled and defeated all the elders in the south, east, everywhere in Nigeria. Because of what? Outspokenness, openness, liberty, freedom of speech, transparency, and the truth. That is who Nnamdi Kanu is today. Nnamdi Kanu has virtually destroyed all the political bad belles in Nigeria by using the word truth, ezioku, truth. Fulani is gone today in Nigeria, is Nnamdi Kanu.
Such allegations, I don't really know the man, but I don't think he has the capacity for all this. It's a hot seat. That seat is a hot seat. Take it from me. It's a very hot seat. I wouldn't say he's not performing, but you know, you can be induced to do what you never wanted to do. It's possible. Let's have a reference from Oshomole. Right from his time. There was a time we believed in Oshomole, and at the time that was a disappointment. If you have the record, you will know. So, and you know, I mean, plus and minus, I think he's trying.
He's trying.
Yeah. Yes. Plus and minus.
To some extent.
To some extent. You know,
And I don't think
the pressure is on him so much, which he cannot express to anybody.
there was an agreement of 70,000 naira minimum wage,
According to
which the federal government supposed to have implemented, and up till now,
they have not. They have not.
and it's threatening to go on nationwide strike. No, you can come. No, we can discuss together. No, we can discuss together. No, we can discuss together.
It's okay.
I like you because you know you are trying to be very professional and give a certain level of understanding to situations.
Right.
You know, but it doesn't work like that in Nigeria. Nigeria, if you are not produce some level of radicalization, or you cannot achieve anything. Look at how Bola Ahmed Tinubu rose and break every barrier to get to where he is now. Today, even though we are being flogged up and down as citizens of this country, because of the anti-economic activity. But let me tell you, if you look at that position as Nigerian Labour Congress, it is Labour.
It's level.
Labour the verse.
Yes.
Anybody that is in Labour,
Yes.
you understand?
Yes.
Has some form of
It's true.
burden is carrying. You must understand that very well.
Yeah.
That you represent the working.
Almost a nation.
Yes.
Almost
Yes. That's why
because
you do not make use of your power.
When you look at the
population
of working class
of your power
in Nigeria,
because,
you will know how many
International
people.
Labour Organization. Nigerian Labour Congress is under that International Labour Organization. Anything that happens to Nigerian Labour Congress happens to International Labour Organization.
Yes.
Ajaero, let me tell you, if I were, I will never be in his shoes. But you said, when you see what happened to Ngele,
Ajurin Galilee. Gladly, sorry.
If you cannot throw in the door and get out, stop messing up our consciousness, bro. We have been pushed to an extent that we don't know what to do again.
But do you
No,
know?
I'm coming. I'm coming. We are put to that extent. We don't know what to go. Again, do you know how to negotiate with federal government? We know that the federal government has what it takes to drop it behind you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
And you come and
Give and take.
and you come and carry out a certain propaganda as if you are for the masses, but at the end of the day, you are not for the masses. Because in the night, you would have gone in there and put your own side under conflict. You know what I mean? You understand?
Yeah.
So when we are not seeing what the position of you are occupying today transformed into our lives as citizens, then we begin to question your integrity.
Yes. Can I just make a point? Okay. Do you know that Ejura as a man has some followers? He cannot fight alone. Yes. There's no way he can fight alone. When there is division, your performances will drop. For instance, I want to give you an instance. You are here, maybe with a junior boy who is supporting you. We agreed on certain things. That boy went behind you and start working against you. It's going to fail. Ejura as a person, I doesn't know him. But with the little performances I record from him, he's doing his best. But there is side people you may not know.
Okay, thank you for
You
that.
may not know.
But thank you for
You may not know.
What it means that he's not fit for the job. No. That's why we are not getting something correct in this country. Bro, do you know what it means?
That is a division already. You wouldn't know.
He has a tenure that is going to last for a very specific time period. That means he has immunity of operation.
Okay.
He has immunity of decision. He has immunity to heal his consciousness, to drive his own policy, to transform his own policy to his subjects.
Okay. Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
It has been posed on him.
Thank you. No, and if those things are okay,
but he can't walk alone.
I know
he can't walk alone.
Even God does not walk alone. Okay,
He can't walk alone.
Even God does not walk alone. No.
There are some insiders.
You cannot walk alone. Do you know why they have a king?
Walking.
If you have a king in your village,
okay, yeah, for instance,
king has subjects or elders, people that surround him.
Cabinets. Yeah.
In a court, you have lawyers everywhere.
Okay.
You have the judge.
Yes.
The judge does
is overall.
Is overall. Whatever he says is final. In football pitch, bros, we should get this thing right. We have a fair handball. Nobody questions that.
Okay.
Bro, you know what? When you know that in a civil society and a secular world where we find ourselves, where we know definitely they will have bad nature and good nature.
Yeah, the way it works. Yeah.
We know the way it works.
Yeah,
but nature is a good thing, but we have bad nature.
Of course, now we must.
Nature is a good thing, but we have good nature.
Yes.
Then, if you get
in
to
totality, that becomes nature.
Yes, in totality, that becomes nature, and that the nature is the center of the umbrella that houses other factors. We are explaining now. At that level now, Ajaero said, "This is the direction we are going."
Okay.
The president himself look at it and he tried to use other people, of course, against Ajaero. Listen,
you are making a point.
I'm coming.
That's exactly what I said.
He tried to use it. It happens even in your office. It happens.
It happens.
You understand? I've seen a situation where a referee is being accused of taking bribe. But you know where it matters much is that reviewers who have watched that match
have a lot to say.
We will not say whether you take bribe or you don't take bribe. This is what you do is wrong. This is what you do. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we are not looking at whatever that is behind Ajaero. Okay. We are looking at what has he delivered.
Okay. All right. Okay.
At the end of the day.
So do you remember the last protest? Did you remember? Did you remember? You are in Nigeria by then.
I said I'm not his fan.
I'm not his fan either, but I'm trying to bring out a point.
Okay, yeah. You are listening to your point.
I'm getting my point. Last protest, Eagle Center was given to our youth. What do they call it?
Eagle Square.
Eagle Square in Abuja was given to them. Go there and express yourself. But what happened? What happened? Do you know what happened? Our men went there and picked them up.
Security agents.
Are you aware? It has been given to them. Go there, don't be on the street. They accept. But they understand. They were performing and they were refunded. Till today. What an encouragement is that? What is it telling us? What are we looking at?
But can I ask you a question? Is Ajaero really sincere in fighting for Nigerians? Has he fought this administration
To an extent of satisfaction.
Yes.
No, he has not. That's the truth.
Because we need to ask ourselves this
I
question.
watched Ajaero over time. I've seen that every time he organizes a kind of national protest, it does not actually hold water.
That's
Somewhere along the line, because
when
when you look at somebody, even though we know that Oshomo let them, there was a man they call Pa Momutu.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
If I tell you the story of that man, there's nobody who have broken the record of that man till today. I think it's from Auchi. He died about 10 years ago. So Pascal, during the prank them, who stood and fought Abacha? What is Shomole and this man doing? Do you understand what I'm saying? They're not doing anything. They are not. Bro, this is not what we know.
what we know labor for.
No, it's not there. When the kind of people that stood against Abacha, Lupeng, Penkasin, are you not seeing men?
Of course.
Yeah, this was we are seeing today.
We pray that we will get to the root of it. That's just it. We pray. We will get there.
City Stand.